morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Learn at Home with VIA. My name is Brandon Long, and I am a third grade teacher at Carl G. Wren Elementary School in East Lake Homing School District. Today we'll be reading a book called The Tin Forest, which focuses on reusing resources around you. Our other guest here today is my wife, Michelle Long. She is a nationally certified ASL interpreter, as well as our daughters are going to be helping us a little bit later. So we'll introduce them. This is our oldest daughter. Oh, can you wave?
Hi.
Okay, sit. And our youngest daughter. Can you wave?
Hello.
All right, go sit and listen to the book, please. All right, so you're going to hear the book in 2 languages today. But before we start the book, we want you to think about your house and things that you use every day. I know at our house, our daughters use lots of different plastics and glass and tin cans, which we're going to focus on in the book. And we're going to focus on spring today, since it's been rainy, kind of mucky out. And we're going to figure out how we can take some of those resources we have around your house and turn them into different crafts. But we're going to first read about how a certain character did this at his work and created a very special place for himself. Okay, so we're going to get started. And again, Michelle Long here will be our ASL interpreter for the book. So enjoy the book in 2 languages. All right, so here we go. The book is The Tin Forest. The authors of the book are Helen Ward and Wayne Anderson. And just by the cover of the book, you can see there's a lot of tin there. And tin is a kind of metal. It's very gray. You've probably seen it if your parents ever make canned vegetables or they open a can with a can opener. That's normally tin. Once we use it, a lot of times it goes hopefully in our recycle bin or in the trash. And we're going to see all this tin goes to a special place. We're going to see what this man does with it. But one of our prediction clues, and predicting is to guess what happens next in the book, is this right here. This really stands out in color amongst this tin forest. So here we go. There was once a wide, wind-swept place. So wide is really big, boys and girls. Near nowhere and close to forgotten. That was filled with all the things that no one wanted. So if something's forgotten, that means no one knows it's almost even there. But right in the middle was a small house with small windows that looked out on other people's garbage and bad weather. Think about that bad weather. And I bet you can predict that it might be rainy or snowy. And if you did, you were correct. You can see all the tin here, lots of rain. And if you look here, boys and girls, up here is a tiny house with those small windows. In the house lived an old man. Every day, he tried to clear away the garbage, sifting and sorting, burning and burying. And we can see the man here in his little house. And we can see that there is a toucan up here in his window in a frame. That's interesting. We can see him under just a little bit of light reading his book, but all around him is a lot of gray. Can you see it, girls? Lots of gray. And here he is working. So I hope you clean up like our old man here. He cleans up the garbage. And if you help your parents clean at your house, they might say to you, do you sift and sort? Do you put your socks in your sock drawer? And do you put your laundry away and your toys in your toy box? I know our girls have to sift and sort a lot when they're home with us. I hope, don't be burning and burying though. That's just at the garbage dump where he works. And every night, the old man dreams. He dreamed he lived in a forest full of wild animals. There were colorful birds, tropical trees, exotic flowers, toucans, tree frogs, and tigers. So this gentleman has some very wild dreams, and we're going to see his dreams here. So here we go. So if you look here in the picture, you can see all those animals, his flowers, you can see the tiger he mentions, okay? The toucan, you can see it flying. But I think the thing that's most interesting is, remember that picture of that toucan at his house? So he must really like toucans. I think we all have a favorite animal. I know my daughters do. I'm sure you do too. And he's holding that special book. So I'm sure just like you, if your mommy and daddy's read to you before bed, you might dream those things that they read about. I think that's what happened with him. But when he awoke, the world outside was still the same. So it's not happy. It's still sad. There's all this rain and garbage everywhere. You can see that dim little light in his house, but it's definitely still very dark. He's just surrounded by all that garbage. One day, something caught the old man's eye, and an idea planted itself in his mind. So if something plants in your mind, it's not like an actual plant, it's an idea that gets stuck in there like a plant would if you planted it in the ground. So let's look at this picture. So maybe here, maybe you can predict with your mommy or daddy or grandma, who you're with, what he's thinking of. I see it looks like a light bulb to many, but if we look over here, we can see he is envisioning or seeing a flower. And that light bulb acts as the beautiful colors of the flowers that we have at our own house. The idea grew roots and sprouted. Feeding on the garbage, it grew leaves. It grew branches. I bet you're predicting what it is. And it grew bigger and bigger. And what I want you to do is turn to your family member next to you and guess what I'm about to show you. If it has leaves and branches, what do we think it is? If you said a tree, you're correct. He's building a tree. Under the old man's hand, a forest emerged. That's a big word, emerged. That means it just continues to grow out of nothing almost. A forest made of garbage. A forest made of tin. It was not the forest of his dreams, but it was a forest just the same. So remember, boys and girls, he had that dream of that forest with all those beautiful, colorful animals, and he's helping his dream come to life, but it's not a living forest. You can see here, sorry, it's long. You can see here the bird, and the bird is not real. It's made of tin and garbage. All right, so boys and girls, I'm going to show you a picture of his tin forest here, okay? All right, so here we go. So in this tin forest, you can see the toucan, you can see the cat. Wow, look at all those animals in the tin forest. All right, so let's see what happens next. Then one day, across the barren plain, the wind swept a small bird. The old man spilled crumbs from his sandwich onto the ground. I'm sure you've spilled some crumbs before. The bird ate the crumbs and perched to sing in the branches of a tin tree. But the next morning, the visitor was gone. I'm sure we can relate to visitors leaving. I know my daughters love seeing birds in our bird feeders, but they don't stay very long. So you can see the bird showing up next to the one that's made out of tin and the real bird. And it's one of those toucans, our character's favorite. All day, the old man walked through the silence, and his heart ached with emptiness. That night, by moonlight, he made a wish. In the morning, the old man woke to the sound of bird song. The visitor had returned, and his mate had come with him. The birds carried seeds in their beaks. They dropped them to the dry ground, and green shoots broke through the earth. So you can see the two birds, remember, it's the male and the female, came, and you can see they brought seeds from the flowers, and the flowers, the seeds hit the ground, and we see flowers coming up. So exciting. Soon, the song of birds mingled with the buzzing of insects and the rustle of leaves. Time passed, so this didn't happen all in one day. Small creatures appeared. Creeping among the forest of trees. wild animals slipped through the green shadows. And I want to show you, boys and girls, remember that forest that was gray before and made of tin? Look at that same forest. We have lots of color, lots of light. You can't see this, but my daughters are totally in awe of this picture. So we see a real tiger with that made-up tiger. See the real birds, but all those things are now among the actual tin forest that our gentleman or main character created. And if you're noticing it's a lot brighter, it is a lot brighter. It's one of my favorite pages of the whole book. There was once a forest near nowhere and close to forgotten. So we're in the same place. But now that was filled with all the things that everyone wanted. Right in the middle was a small house with small windows, and in the house lived an old man who never stopped dreaming. We can see there, and I even see a monkey up there in the corner of the one tree, right there. There's even a monkey. So he is getting lots of new animals and lots of color in his new forest. And instead of nobody wanting things there, everybody wants them. So with it being spring, boys and girls, it can look rainy. It's actually very rainy at our house right now, and it can look gray and dark. But just like our main character, we are going to take a minute and we are going to make a few crafts that you can do at home with some of your tin or recycled materials. So I'm going to spin the camera around here, and you'll see my daughters, and they're going to help us, and we're going to show you how to do a few activities. Okay? Just bear with us a second while I spin our camera around. All right, so here we go. So there's my daughters. Here's our house. So boys and girls, today we're going to have two helpers. Can you wave hi?
Hi.
Hi. All right, so you guys, they're going to show us the finished products while I make our 4 things. You both ready to help?
Yeah.
All right, so here we go, girls. So the first thing we're going to do, boys and girls, is we're going to pull up a few items. So what is this? Just tell me what this is.
Oh, it's a cup. It's a
soda
plastic
bottle,
it's a
right?
soda
It's a soda bottle.
that
So-
you drink soda out of.
Maybe. So, okay, we're going to use that. Can you tell me what this is?
Scissors.
And we're gonna-
With the monster sticker
Oh,
on it,
there it
but
is.
it's
Okay.
ripped.
Okay, so make sure if you use scissors, you're with an adult, please. And we have some what, girls?
Birdseed.
Bird seed, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna use our bird seed. I'm gonna put that right here. And last but not least, what's this?
String.
String or string. So our first craft we're gonna do, we're gonna make a bird feeder, okay? So you're gonna take your bottle, and it could be a bigger one than this, but we're picking a smaller one. And you take those scissors. Now please make sure you have an adult help you. And I had already cut a little hole in it, but you're gonna cut around, and you're not gonna cut all the way through, just maybe a quarter or halfway around. And then you're gonna go down towards the bottom. And the cool thing is at the bottom, there's like a crease here. It's actually very thick here, so your bird will be able to sit on that. And I'm gonna cut across. I'm making a shape. Can you tell me what shape I'm making? What quadrilateral is
It's an
that?
upside down rectangle.
Thank you, Iris. All right, we'll let the answer too. So what shape was it, Evangeline?
A upside down rectangle.
Yes, and that's down. And this we would just put in our recycle bin. And I'll put our scissors aside. And then we're gonna take some of our bird seed. And all we would do, don't think the hole's big. There you go. You just take a little bird seed and you will put it into this. Okay, so you have some bird seed. And Iris, do you mind holding up our finished product that we made here at home that we've been, yeah, thank you, Iris.
I can take it.
You want to show the camera? So don't drop it.
Here's the bird seed, but it's all the way filled to this top.
And Iris,
Don't touch it.
right, Iris, what can sit here?
I'm
What
like
sits here to eat it?
a bird.
Bird. Can you sit down for me? Now, if you want to use the string, you can cut the string and it just slips right up through the hole and you can hang it on a tree at your house. So that's one of our spring activities. The second one we're going to show you is we are going to show you, listen here, please. We're going to show you, and Evangeline, our oldest one here, actually came up with this. So what you need for this one is you will need a jar, okay? You will need some tape. You will need a piece of paper. Another pair of scissors, again, make sure you have an adult with you to help you. We have that tape, yes? And then some crayons. So we all love to color and draw. So what you're gonna do for this is I know at our house, we have lots and lots of pencils and markers and crayons laying around. So Evangeline actually created her own pencil cup. So, well, I'm just gonna show them, you can show what you did. So you wanna cut the paper lengthwise so it's wide enough and long enough. And it's gonna go around, what we'll be doing is it will eventually go around the jar like this. Now, I'm just gonna quickly, for time's sake, just draw a smiley face or two on this. Sit still, so we have our smiley faces and we take it and put it around, and you might need an adult to help you because you wanna decorate it. And then you take, Evangeline, can you pull that? Here, I'll do it. I'll just take a little tape here. There we go. And you tape where you wrap things around. And you have your cup. Now, Evangeline, can you show us your cup that you made at home? Yep, Evangeline really impressed us. Go ahead and show them.
I took markers and crayons and some glue
So you can see your face.
and did it.
Good. All right, can you sit down? All right, so sit down, girl. So we're gonna show two more. All right, and you can find all these again. I don't see it yet. The next thing, we're gonna use a tin can. So those that didn't know what a tin can was, here's our tin can. Here's our help sauce. Good. For this one, if your tin can isn't all the way taken apart, now make sure this can be really sharp. So you want an adult to help you. You might need a can, you'll need a can opener. And I bet some of you are gonna guess what we're gonna do. I have here a flower that we're gonna be using. So we know that it's getting to be spring, we have lots of flowers. So I'm just gonna quickly just take the lid off this with the can opener. Whoops. Oh, well, there we go. So take the lid off. So what we're gonna do with this, be very careful, make sure you have an adult with you. You can take your flower, add some soil to it. All right, and we're gonna take our flower and we're gonna put it right in there. All right, and we know Mother's Day was just a few days ago, but Father's Day is coming up, so you can make your dad or your grandpa or someone a nice flower, okay? So Iris, can you show us how we did that at home? Show us our final product.
So this is my plant, and
Yeah.
it grew really tall.
Yeah.
And we took some dirt and put it in, but Mom took it out of that plastic bottle. So we put it in this tin can.
Good. Can you sit down so we can do our last thing? Well, we saw that in the tin forest there was a lot of, what kind of weather, Evangeline?
Rain.
Lots of rain. So I know my daughters really like to learn how to measure, and we have, for our last craft, we have that same type of jar that we're gonna be using. We're gonna use a ruler. Now our ruler is a funny looking ruler. We have a giraffe ruler, so we're gonna be using that today. And then we're going to be using a marker, okay? So quickly, all right, we're gonna take our ruler and we're just going to measure up and you measure from the bottom, and you're gonna measure each inch. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you'll write your numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 up the side. And Evangeline, can you show us your rain gauge that we created for everyone? And we can put that out. Oh, thank you, Evangeline. We're gonna put that out in our yard and measure how much rain we get.
We already
So,
have
all right, so girls, can we say bye? It's time to go. Thank you for watching Learn at Home with BIA, and enjoy your show on reusing resources. Bye.
Bye.